In today's news, local truck driver narrowly escapes as truck overturns on home. Royal Virgin Islands Police Force say West End event shut down for flouting COVID-19 protocols. Allamanda Estate Villas reopens, celebrating its 25th anniversary. COVID-19 champions have been honored at the New Life Baptist Church 17th Annual Unsung Heroes Awards, and Virgin Islanders remember the life and legacy of the Honorable H. Lavity Stoutt. All this and so much more when 284 News returns. Welcome everybody. It's Tuesday, March 2nd, 2021. I'm Ron Grant, coming to you live and direct from our paradise in the beautiful British Virgin Islands. A terrific Tuesday to one and all. Thanks for joining us. Lots have taken place, of course, in the Virgin Islands over the very long weekend, and we are happy to bring you all the happenings, beginning, of course, on a very positive note of gratitude. A local truck driver is counting his blessings as his truck overturned on the residential property in Diamond Estate, Tortola over the weekend. BVI fire and rescue officials safely removed the man from his truck, which, as you can see in the video being shown, was left crushed after the incident. Thankfully, he sustained minor injuries, was treated and released from the Dr. D. Orlando Smith Hospital. Occupants of the home that the truck landed on were not at the home at the time. Continuing on, there was an immense feeling of strength and pride on Friday evening, February 26th, as Mr. and Mrs. Audley and Delma Maduru, alongside their son, Chad Maduru, reopened the doors of Allamanda Estate Villas. Amongst a host of family, friends, and well-wishers, the Maduru family purchased the estate some 25 years ago after taking a drive on Mother's Day and falling in love with the property. The estate has served residents and visitors as the ideal event location for weddings, retreats, and private parties, and at one point was a government house for some 5 years. Prince Charles was also a guest at the estate. Now, after being destroyed by the hurricanes of 2017, the Madurus took their time in rebuilding this uniquely designed edifice that encompasses a true Virgin Islands beauty with the most breathtaking views of Beef Island, Tortola. The main property of the old Allamanda footprint consists of 5 bedrooms with an infinity pool on the south side that tastefully echoes sheer sophistication, not forgetting a rooftop lookout lounge with panoramic views. The Hummingbird Suite has 2 bedrooms, and additionally, the property has a downstairs full efficiency unit perfect for a live-in chef. The property is available for rent as one entire unit or 2 separate units. The opening ceremony for the event took place on the patio of the happy place of the villa, a surprise element added by the highly lauded architect and contractor, Mr. Kelvin Liebert of KDL Designs. Present at the monumentous occasion was Governor John Ranking, Deputy Governor Mr. David Archer, Deputy Premier and 7th District Representative Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley, Leader of the Opposition and 8th District Representative the Honorable Marlon A. Penn, and of course Director of the BVI Tourist Board, Mr. Clive McCoy. In his remarks, Honorable Penn said, "Today reminds me of the phoenix rising from the ashes. Allamanda represents the epitome of that story. It represents a great addition to our tourism product and is a great example of what Virgin Islanders can do when we put our minds to it." Amidst the many congratulatory remarks and well wishes, it was the words of the quiet yet proud businessman, Mr. Audley Maduru, echoed by his son, that spoke to the true spirit of this Virgin Islands family. He said, "Sometimes you have to lose to gain." At a time when the BVI seeks to revitalize and reestablish its tourism product after the severe impacts to the industry as a result of the global pandemic that is COVID-19, this magnificently rebuilt villa sets itself apart from the ideal tourism offering to both locals and visitors. Director of the BVI Tourist Board, Mr. Clive McCoy, vowed to offer full support and do everything possible to keep the villa booked. Congratulations to the Maduru family. Now in its 17th year, the New Life Baptist Church once again took time to honor persons who contributed significantly towards the betterment of the territory of the Virgin Islands. This initiative, a brainchild of Bishop John Klein, has continued to grow from strength to strength, honoring the best, brightest, and bravest of the British Virgin Islands. This year's list of honorees was the largest cohort of honorees in its 17-year history as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, next to hurricanes of 2017, Hurricanes Irma and Maria, the pandemic has been one of the most, if not most, challenging times in the history for the people of the BVI. In navigating through these difficult times, a number of persons played a very integral part in protecting Virgin Islanders, residents and visitors, whether it was healthcare professionals, lawmakers, national security officers, or personal secretaries and communication specialists. Each of them played a role in their part in saving lives and helping to lessen the impact of COVID-19 in the BVI. This year's honorees were frontline workers, the Honorable Andrew A. Foy, Premier and Minister of Finance, the Honorable Carbon Malone, Minister for Health and Social Development, Patrona Davies, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health and Social Development, Dr. Ibrad Potter, Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Ronald Georges, former CEO of the BVI Health Services Authority and now acting Chief Medical Officer, Tashai Oflaharty Maduru, Assistant Private Secretary to the Minister of Health, Adriana Silverall, Acting Public Health Communications Specialist, Information Officer of Health, Asher Rumney, Accounts Officer 2 in the Ministry of Health, and of course, the next honorees list, Remedies of Our Reality, Honorable Mark Vanterpool, Managing Director of One Mart Superstore, the Onset and Management honorees, Lionel Michael, the Chief Environmental Officer, Ms. Harmony Bruley Messiah, Epidemiologist in the Ministry of Health, Colette McCurdy, she's the Laboratory Manager at the Dr. D. Orlando Smith Hospital. The Physical Defense and Border Protection honorees included Maudley Penn Richards, Senior Immigration Officer, Ports Supervisor, and Mr. Wade N. Smith, Commissioner of HM Customs and Chairman of the Joint Task Force. Now, the new normal honorees, which is exactly what we're living in right now, Felice Swap, she's the Chairman of the Reopening and Steering Committee, Jacinth Hannibal, Chief Nursing Officer, Mr. Edric Hippolyte, Clerical Officer, BVI Airports Authority, and Kitty Moan Rebane, Private Secretary, Deputy Governor's Office, Mr. Javon J. Parsons, Director of the Taxi and Livery Commission, and Lynette Harrigan, the Niche Marketing Manager at the BVI Tourist Board. Now, among the honorees, the surprise honoree of the day was Mrs. Claudette Boopy Francis Smith, a frontline administrator at the Dr. D. Orlando Smith Hospital. In his congratulatory remarks, Senior Pastor of the New Life Baptist Church, Bishop John Klein, said, and I quote, "It is always an honor to celebrate our very own VI Unsung Heroes who have served God and their country humbly and unselfishly. Today we pause humbly to recognize the extraordinary work of some ordinary citizens who have worked tirelessly on the front line of the COVID-19 pandemic. In so many ways, men and women who continue to demonstrate commitment and compassion in their line of duties, from the front line to behind the scenes, serving the community with courage and dignity while putting their own lives at risk." The honorees' response was jointly given by Ms. Kitty Moore Rebane and Mr. Javon J. Parsons, who expressed gratitude for the humbling honor. Now, the ceremony, of course, took place at the New Life Baptist Church on Sunday, February 28, shortly after 3 p.m., and saw a number of family, friends, and well-wishers, of course, government officials, showing support towards the honorees. This very inspiring and uplifting afternoon really spoke to the true spirit of Virgin Islanders when faced by adversities, possessing strength, resilience, and most of all, BVI love. Viewers, we have so much more still ahead. We continue to closely monitor the highly controversial Commission of Inquiry. We have updates and questions as the territory plays its role in this matter. All this and so much more when 284 News returns. Gentlemen, aspiring gentlemen, and our partners that hold us down. It's season 2 of The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, taking you on the most inspiring journey with the best and brightest distinguished gentlemen of the BVI. Raw, real-life lessons that translate to grounded, community-minded, well-rounded men like you've never seen them before. Governor Augustus J.U. Jaspert, Jovan Klein, Neil Klein, and so much more. Turning modern-day men into 21st century distinguished gentlemen with yours truly, Ron Grant, a 284 Media production. Viewers, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. You're watching 284 News. Continuing on the local scene here in the British Virgin Islands. As it has been known, the Commission of Inquiry was announced on January 18, 2021 to look into whether or not corruption, abuse of office, or other serious dishonesty may have taken place amongst the public, elected, or statutory officials in recent years. Since then, there has been much conversation throughout the territory as it pertains to the motive behind the findings of the Commission of Inquiry, as well as what exactly this will do for the territory of the Virgin Islands. Many residents have voiced that they do believe the inquiry is necessary, as accountability is needed more than ever as it pertains to the handling of government business. But believe it or not, while persons are saying that, many residents are still apprehensive and say this in secret. Now, the sole Commission of Inquiry, Sir Gary Hickaburn, has revealed that he has the authority, believe it or not, of course, to summon the production of information and documents from government or anyone who refuses to volunteer same during the inquiry. This was captured in a recent statement published by the Commission of Inquiry Office. Now, following on from the Commissioner's visit to the BVI in January and February, and the information submitted to the Commission to date, the Commissioner and his team have started the second stage of the inquiry. This involves obtaining further information and documentation, predominantly from public officials, including elected and statutory body and other civil servants. The Commissioner has the powers of a high court judge to require production information and documents by way of summons. However, given that the BVI government has indicated that it will fully and promptly cooperate with the request for information and documents, the Commissioner is initially making requests for voluntary disclosure. Now, the Commission will continue to make these requests over the coming weeks to enable it to complete its term of references. It is the Commission's intention next week to set out a statement how to protect really the request for information and documentation to be met and how that is going to be handled. Now, it was also outlined how the Commissioner intends to enforce the production of documents and information it requests for voluntary disclosure, if voluntary disclosure, that is, are not met. In the meantime, the Commission renews its open invitation to anyone who believes they have information that may assist with the inquiry to really submit that and contact them to assist in this process. And that could be done, of course, by obtaining the information and then contacting the Office of the Commission. Now, continuing on, as the highly commissioned inquiry is continuing on, and of course, as highlighted in the communique of the recently concluded 32nd intersessional meeting of the Conference of the Heads of Government of the Caribbean Community on February 24th and 25th, the British Virgin Islands has welcomed CARICOM's interest in the Commission of Inquiry currently taking place in our territory. Now, according to the communique, the heads of government are dismayed at the manner in which the COI was established with no consultation or prior communication between the United Kingdom government and the duly elected government of the British Virgin Islands. Our Deputy Premier and Minister of Education, Culture, Youth Affairs, Sports, Agriculture, and Fisheries, Dr. the Honorable Natalio D. Wheatley, attended the meeting on behalf of Premier Foy, the Minister of Finance. Honorable Wheatley engaged with the heads of government on the range of issues, including the ongoing impact of the global COVID-19 situation on health and economic growth in the region, the measures, of course, that are taken to drive the economic recovery. The heads of government also dialogued on repatriations, which has been a very common topic in these recent times. Now, commenting on the intersessional meeting, the Deputy Premier said, and I quote, "The British Virgin Islands is an integral part of the region. We will remain engaged on COVID-19 and the other important issues to us and our neighbors. It is important that we all continue to work together closely if the Caribbean is to successfully recover and emerge from the global pandemic. Premier and Minister of Finance, the Honorable Andrew A. Foy, also welcomed CARICOM's interest in the CUI, stating, and I quote, "CARICOM's interest in the Commission of Inquiry is positive, especially their understanding of how damaging the approach taken to the COI's announcement was for the image and economy of the territory, the Virgin Islands, that is based on tourism and financial services. Local businesses and the welfare of families and individuals were placed at risk by the decision to not provide notice of a planned announcement beforehand." Now, the Deputy Premier was accompanied to CARICOM meeting by the Director of International Affairs Secretariat, Ms. Najan Christopher, and Program Officer, Mrs. Zaira Wheatley. The British Virgin Islands is an associate member, of course, of CARICOM. Very interesting comments coming out of the CARICOM meeting, and of course, our Premier here in the Virgin Islands, where they're saying that they are dismayed that the UK did not give them notice of a planned operation to conduct a commission of inquiry, which is absolutely not the UK's responsibility. In all actuality, if a commission of inquiry is to be taken place, it is to be taken place. Police never announce persons that they're doing an investigation. Investigations just happen. We are going to continue and keep you posted on all these details. Still ahead, Virgin Islanders remember the life and legacy of the late, great Honorable H. Lavity Stoutt, and the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force say West End event shut down for flouting COVID-19 protocols. Believe it or not, patrons and organizers say different. All this and more after a word from our sponsors. You're watching 284 News.
Hey Johnson, what's up? Well, you look like you're about to pass out.
I think I am. But anyhow.
Cho, what are you doing?
Remember last year when I spoke to you over the phone? When I said, well. Anyhow, ever since that moment, I was wanting to take this step further with you.
OMG, Johnson!
I want to know if you, VIA, would officially have me as your sales rep with a friend.
What?
To get live in our February promotions.
Huh?
Get live, get love, and get gifted. Bring a friend to CCT to sign up for a freedom plan, take a picture with them in the store, and post to social media with the hashtag GetLiveCCT. Then put your receipt with your number in the golden basket and wait on a call from Jante. First place gets $500 each. Second place, matching Samsung Galaxy A30s. And third place, $150 shopping vouchers each to one mark.
So are you really saying?
Really? And I could bring a friend too?
More the merrier.
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of the day. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes, Sonny.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must stop cut front of people.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man, protect you.
How may I assist you?
Yes.
You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top-Up Turn-Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top-Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
Viewers, welcome back. You've been watching 284 News. Continuing on our last leg, local news again. On yesterday, March 1st, 2021, the 26th anniversary of the passing of the territory's first and longest-serving Chief Minister, the Honorable Hamilton Lavity Stoutt. Virgin Islanders once again paid homage to the life and legacy of the late pioneer leader who was hailed as the ultimate visionary. The annual wreath-laying ceremony took place at his final resting place at the Capoons Bay Burial Ground, followed by the commemoration celebration under the theme Empowering My People. The ceremony, which was attended by family members of the late Chief Minister, government members, civil servants, and community members, really saw a lot of tributes coming out as the territory observed Stout's contribution. Stoutt was remembered for his very significant contributions towards building the territory's infrastructure, economic stability, and stalwart education system, which of course is most evident in the territory's only tertiary educational institute named in his honor, the Lavity Stoutt Community College, which he founded. In his remarks, Leader of Government Business, the Honorable Premier Foy, reminded residents of Stout's unwavering vision for the territory, which was not always supported, believe it or not, by others, but nevertheless he persevered as a result. One example of his vision is the community college, which has benefited countless Virgin Islanders, residents, and persons across the Caribbean region. Foy said, and I quote, "All these unjustified and irresponsible statements echoed from the bench of Her Majesty's loyal opposition at the time, with the exception of the Honorable Omar W. Hodge. Most people join in opposing just for opposing's sake. Some got groups together in an attempt to stage a protest to lie down in front of the bulldozer to prevent it from leveling the grounds at Paraquita Bay, which is where the college is located. Let us not forget," he said. Foy even said H.L. Stoutt prepared the territory to fight against COVID-19. He said, and I quote, "H.L. Stoutt understood the most powerful part of your body is your mind. So I get excited during these times because he also built an economy. You see, when you can see and build people, then they can feed their families and get good jobs. You can build an economy." He built an economy so much that our people later on were equipped that we were able to band together to fight COVID-19 to the point where we have 0 confirmed cases in the BVI at present. The annual holiday is observed every year on March 1st in honoring the late leader. Among his political contributions, Stoutt was also founder of the founder and leader of the United Party and of course the Virgin Islands Party. This is a day where persons usually spend with their families. It's called Family Day for many persons, where they go to the beach and interact. But let us not forget the significant contributions of the late Chief Minister, for which we observe this holiday. Now on to our final story today. Over the weekend on Saturday, February 27th, members of the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force, in responding to a noise nuisance report, were forced to disperse a gathering at the Sebastian's BVI on the western end of Tortola after an event held at the venue drew a crowd that well exceeded the 175-person legal limit. Both the event coordinator and the owner, based on reports by the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force, admitted that permission was not granted to host this event nor to exceed the limit provided under the COVID-19 suppression regulations. Now, for those who are not aware, the Public Health Order 2020 COVID-19 control and suppression measures states under subsection 4 that all gatherings shall be limited to 1 person per 64 square feet and shall not exceed 75 persons at any given time. Now, in the case of graduations, weddings, and funerals, gatherings which shall be limited to 1 person per 64 square feet and shall not exceed, again, 175 persons at any given time. Now, the order also states when the organizers of an outdoor event anticipate that the event will exceed a gathering of 75 persons, he or she shall make a written request to the minister seeking permission to hold this event. Acting Deputy Commissioner Ms. Jacqueline Vanterpool noted her disappointment to see such a flagrant breach when the rules are there to keep everyone safe. In her comments, she said, "Police must enforce the orders as passed and sanctioned by government. Business owners must continue to abide by the regulations and face the full enforcement of the law," she said. While noting the breach of protocols, the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force did not confirm if the said business or event coordinator received fines, or simply a warning. Now, while the public is being advised, of course, by the police force to uphold all COVID-19 suppression measures until government makes a change in the regulation, it is also imperative that fines set by government also be upheld in, of course, ensuring patrons, businesses, and making sure that everyone really understands the seriousness of their actions. This story, of course, garnered much attention. Persons from across the territory and, of course, patrons at the event seemed quite frustrated with the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force decision to halt that event. Nevertheless, they were in breach, and that was taking place. Viewers, we thank you so much for sticking with us. Be sure to, of course, stick to our daily news pages, 284media.com, and like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Ron Grant. It's always a pleasure. We'll see you again tomorrow as we deliver your daily dose of local, regional, and international content. We're 284 News, your source for honest and impartial news right here on 284 Media in the beautiful British Virgin Islands. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Have a good rest of the day. Bye-bye.
The win! Oh!
What are the hell?
I'm freaking out!
Is time.
284 News.
Coming to you live and direct from the beautiful British Virgin Islands.
What's poppin'? What's really good? What's happening? What's happening? What's up?
Is business slow? Cash flow down? Hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media at cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.